Thank you, Eric. That was lovely. Hello to everyone here, and I want to echo the sentiments that Alex and Audra to congratulate the rest of the class, Alex, Audra, Coach Miller, and the 2007 wrestling team. It's truly an honor to be going in tonight and be here in the same year as you guys. It's pretty rare air to be going into the Hall of Fame and with such a select group. Pretty proud to be up here. So, to start off, I just want to kind of just say a little remembrance to Brian Moretti, a man that we lost earlier this year, who a lot of people in the crowd knew pretty well. And also one of my good friends who passed away just over 6 years ago, Randy Cummings. Both two factors in my life, especially my hockey career, and two great friends that I'll remember till the day I die, and try to honor them the best I can. So to start off, there's a quote from one of my favorite coaches, Coach Nowak as well. His quote on he gave a speech at McGill University, and he said, "You stand up to be seen, you speak up to be heard, and you keep it short to be appreciated." So, with that being said, I'll do my best. My passion for hockey, the sport has provided me so many opportunities over the years. All the grooms who met my wedding, I met through hockey. My wife, Meredith, I met working out, when the only reason I was working out was because I was a hockey player. And it's also given me the opportunity now to gain a profession coaching and mentoring young people and the growth of the game, and to be able to offer my limited knowledge and hockey IQ to hopefully pass along to one or two down the road, and hopefully have some more up here in the coming years. Coach did a pretty good job listing off my teammates. I won't get into it. They're like brothers to me, and the biggest thing for those guys, for us as a group, we obviously would like to have a better record overall, win a few more games, but I think we did a pretty good job of kind of putting Johnson West back on the map when Eric took over, and kind of solidifying a little bit of a culture. And now that I've come back and been able to see kind of what Eric's continued to grow over the 10 years, it's pretty special to be up here knowing that we're coming off the season with tying the school record for wins in a year, and hopefully that continues and we can up that this year. But that group of guys that I went through battles with for 4 years, a lot of stories that I'm sure we'll be telling later. They're not appropriate, most of them, for this environment, but I'm sure we'll hear a few later on. Quick congrats. Just try to list off some names here. I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody. I'm sorry. John Parenti, Dan Booth, Matt Roach, Jamie, Allen. You guys do a lot behind the scenes, and now that I'm a coach, I can appreciate that a little more. As a player, you show up, you go to practice, you leave, you go home, go to class, and you think like, oh, that's easy. That's all I had to do. And now being on the other side of things, it's really grown an appreciation to things that go behind the scenes, and all the effort and the passion that exudes from all of you, and the time that you spent and running around and going to different venues, and a lot of the things haven't been on campus over the years, so I don't know how you guys pull it off, but it always seems to work out, and I just always appreciated everything you guys did for me. Garth, thank you for not killing Eric and letting him live this long. I know that's your choice. So, a few of my former coaches over the years, started with my dad growing up, and one of the things that he always kind of pushed on me was, the biggest thing I remember was win every race in practice. And it seems pretty simple, but it just kind of, to me, it really enhanced my competitiveness, and really, it kind of drove how I presented myself throughout my career. And it's kind of something I always wanted to be remembered by. I wanted to be the guy that everybody was chasing. And I wanted to push others to try to catch me. That was always my goal. I always wanted to be the best on the ice at any given time, whether I was my teammates or the other team. I know it seems selfish in a way, but I knew that if I could push myself to that limit, it would be better off for the team. And I always gauged my performance against the other players, the best player on the other team. I didn't compare myself to try to be average. I always wanted to be above average, and try to, even if I couldn't reach that level, try to reach that level. And that all started from winning every race in practice. Bane Donovan, Perry Plummer, Paul George, Will Fay, Bill Stewart, people that you guys don't know, but they're all crucial pieces to who I am today. They've all provided me great coaching over the years and kept me on the right path and focused and committed to be standing here in front of you guys today. Eric Nowak. The best advice that I got from Eric Nowak, my freshman year, I came off the ice and I asked him about some random scenario. It was a 3-on-2 situation, picking up a back checker. And I asked him, what do I do? What do I do in that situation? And he looked at me and he said, trust your instincts, and turned around. And at the time, I was pissed. That doesn't help at all. And at the time I didn't understand it. And now being on the bench as a coach during the game and understanding that there's certain players you just need to make sure they're focused on the game and they know what to do. Everybody here tonight, possesses those traits and those talents to just let them play. Sometimes coaches try to do so much, when sometimes the best thing you can do is just support them and just get it back out there. And that's kind of how I approached this speech, and how I approached a lot of my career and everything else I've done. So, thank you. Your passion and commitment to the program, and where I've been able to take it. We were able to come in as your first recruiting class and able to grow up with you, as a coach and as people. And now I'm able to be on the other side as a coach and just be around you every day and understand kind of what you've gone through and on a day-to-day basis of what it takes to build a team. And I'm lucky and I'm happy to be here. And it's really an honor now to call you my friend, from the days of coming in wanting to kill you at 7, 10 a.m. most days. Then the next part, I'll try to keep it. I'll try to stay good here. Start off with who I consider my so-called second family: Christine, Dennis, Whitley, Shayla. Thank you guys for being here tonight. You guys have been there for the whole ride, and we've been through a lot, so thank you. My grandparents, Paul and Sarah, Ray and Rita, who can't be here tonight. But I know they're going to be watching this later. They're probably Skyping right now. They've provided me financially. They've provided me with transportation, and they've just been the most supportive family I could ever ask for. My aunts, uncles, Gary, Cheryl, Brian, Tom, Kathy, all my cousins. I got to be honest, I've had the easiest life growing up. It's easy to focus on your sport and where you're headed in your path when you have such a great supporting cast at home. It's just showing up to the rink every day and just not having to worry about what's going on at home, because and they have your back, and they're going to be there. My grandfather thinks I should be playing the NHL right now, probably still to this day. So they go a little overboard sometimes, but that's okay. Meredith, I wish I would have met you sooner, because the 1 year we were together, I had by far my best stats. So I don't know where you were last, but you could have showed up a little sooner. She's been incredibly supportive, especially now on the coaching side of things. Just keeping me sane. Traveling, road trips, not being home for weekends, being on the road, being up late, up early, not around. And she's never complained, and she's never said you're crazy, which is probably what she thinks half the time. But she doesn't say it. She's always there for me, so thank you. Parents, oh boy. Growing up, we were never rich, but we always seemed to find a way to afford whatever we needed as kids. Whatever we asked for, equipment, what teams we wanted to play on, it was always there for us. And it seemed, as a kid, it just seemed easy. It was just there. And they never complained. They always wanted to be there, whatever we needed. They were great road trips, early mornings, late nights, bad refs. Josh and I had it easy, sometimes too easy. So I only hope that one day, years from now, or maybe a couple years from now, my future children will feel the same way I do, which is humbled, proud, and forever grateful to both of you. Josh, thanks for sneak attacking me today, the alumni game. That was a nice surprise. You always kept me on my toes. You challenged my competitiveness in anything. Most of the games that me and my brother played really never ended. They ended in a fight. The conclusion is still to be determined, although I'm sure I was winning most of those. But you always forced me to want to be a good example for you, and I hope I've done that. And I couldn't ask for a better brother. And just in closing, the more and more, again, the coaching world has really brought kind of new things into my life and the way I kind of approach things. It's really helped me identify who I am, because I always recognize myself as a hockey player. When people ask me, like, well, what do you do? Like, I play hockey. And that's how I was my whole life. And I'm sure, most people in this room that are getting on tonight, that's that passion that you have, that commitment you've had, the work ethic, that's how you identify yourself. And it was tough when that playing hockey stopped. But now I've come to appreciate so much more the friends and family I have, and the support system, and just spending so much more time with friends and family and appreciating those moments. It just really puts things in perspective and having a good time. My kind of quote for today was, it's going to be a good day and a great night once we get out of here. So I'll see you all later, and thank you, and I'm honored to be a part of this class.